What is your thoughts on you being a male groomer, seeing the industry, seeing how you've touched multiple aspects of the industry? What is your thoughts on it today?
I think that it started to grow. I'm not going to sit here and claim or say that I'm the reason behind it growing, because I don't think that I am. But I do know, based on experience, based on feedback, that the level that I've taken things to, as far as male grooming is concerned, has sparked an interest in certain barbers around the world, so to speak. In the United States, I would have to say. I don't know internationally, but I think I can say internationally because I've been into Japanese magazines thus far, as far as being interviewed and things of that nature. So yeah, internationally as well. I've created that awareness as far as grooming is concerned, because it's not just a haircut with me, as my slogan says, it's an experience. And that experience entails making sure that you look the way that you were supposed to look. I'm not doing anything but enhancing what you already have. And that's just the way I look at it. So by me doing that, I feel that people sense that there's love behind it, that there's a passion behind it, and they appreciate it more because it's not just something that I'm doing to get money out of. So with that being said, prior to me doing what I do, I think that that was how barbers were being viewed, as a profession where people just come here and just cut hair, get their money, and that's it. They weren't of no importance. They weren't of importance in the sense of, until I need my hair cut, I'm not thinking about my barber from that perspective. And I feel that things are changing now to where you don't look at your barber anymore as somebody that you just interchange, currency with. It's just somebody that you basically come to for advice on your haircut. What do you think looks good on? You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature.
Have you ever thought of the barbershop as a political zone and as a barber as a community leader?
Yes, I have, definitely. That was a place that, if you're not aware of current events to a certain extent, that you definitely would get that in the barbershop. Men feel free to speak on whatever issues that are going on in the world, whether it's political, whether it's psychological, whether it's personal, whatever it is, it can be spoken about within a barbershop. So I do think that it's like a platform for conversation. It's the community platform.
Social history has it written that the barbershop is the cornerstone of the neighborhood, a place where men can be men and the identity of man is birthed and cultivated. Do you believe that the barbershop still stands as a political place of discourse, a refuge, and a cornerstone of community and male development?
To certain individuals, yes. And why I say certain individuals is because, older individuals, people that are appreciative of certain things. Not to say that the younger generation are not appreciative, but it's just, that's not what's on their mind right now. So when they come to a barbershop, it's really just to get a haircut and leave and look good for their peers. Whereas the grown man, the gentleman, is coming here not only to look good, but like you said, it's a place of refuge, a place of political conversations, things of that nature.
Interesting. So you're saying that there's a divide between the youth and older gentlemen in terms of how they view and use the barbershop?
Yeah, definitely.
So you're seeing more young people come in just to get a cut. It's all about the look. But older men, correct me if I'm wrong, older men come in because they're more for the experience. They're connecting with their barbers and talking about things that they can't typically talk about other places.
Right. Because, let's use a certain demographic from 15 to 24. You're not necessarily thinking about what conversations you may want to have with your barber unless you feel your barber can relate to you to a certain extent. Now, there can be some type of relation there when you're talking to them about sports, for example, because a lot of kids are into sports. when you're talking about education, it comes across as if you're the teacher. And that is a place where they would like to leave. They didn't come to the barbershop in order to be educated on certain things. They have enough of that in school. So when they come to the barbershop, it's to just relax. Let's talk about sports, if that may be, or certain things that may have happened. Maybe you're interested in a female that you like, and you want to get some advice from that perspective. But ultimately, you're like, make me look good. I want this type of haircut that I saw this person have, and I want you to manipulate that for me. You know what I mean? As opposed to an older gentleman that comes to the shop, they've been there, they've done that. They're more into, like you said, politics. They're more into current events. They're working men. So it's a different mindset when they come into the barbershop. Let me get away from work for a little bit. Let me come and unwind. I can relate to my barber because maybe we're of the same age, or we are actually seeing the same things that are happening around us, and we can have a discussion, so to speak, about those things.
It once could be said that the barber act as your barber, your therapist, your relationship expert, your life coach. Do you still think that plays a role in today's barbershops?
It does here, yeah, definitely. I think it does, and I would like to think in a lot of barbershops. May not be, but at least it has to be at least. And if there's like 10 barbershops within the vicinity, let's just say, all 10 of them has to at least have one barber in there that serves that purpose for that barbershop, if not all.
Okay. Let's talk about the barber as a stage in the development of men, from boys to men. Do you feel that boys spend their lives in barbershops learning from other men, as you said, the conversations about what's going on in their personal lives? One of the persons in the barbershop acts as therapist, acts as mentor. Are kids still getting the same type of guidance from the men in the barbershop? And can the barbershop still be said to be a place that is integral to the development of boys to men?
I'm hoping that it can go in that direction. I'm hoping that it can get to that point over again, because that's what it used to be back in the days when I was growing up. As I see it now, I don't see it so much from that perspective. Again, a 15 or 18-year-old that goes to Bishop Laughlin, won't come in here to gain knowledge from me from getting a haircut. When they come in here, it's just, how much are your haircuts? And if they can afford it, they'll sit in the chair and they just want you to hurry up and give them the look that they came in to get. There's no discussion, there's no back and forth, there's nothing as far as a learning experience. And also that kind of depends on the barber as well, because if the barber is not going to push for that to happen, then it won't happen.
What would you think is necessary for barbers to become more community leaders in the sense that they're guiding young men?
Start doing things for the community. Start taking pride in what you do beyond the barbershop. Give back, because just being a barber and being successful as one is not enough. Me personally, I tell everybody all the time, when people come to me and they're like, look, you're very successful, you have this clientele, you're doing it. And I say thank you, and I appreciate the love, and it's definitely something that I strive going forward to do. But I've always told myself that this means nothing to me unless I'm in a position to where my success is able to help a younger person see and understand where it comes from.
Agreed that being a black barber grooming black men was a way of creating a black masculinity?
It's a good question. I don't think that, I think it helped to a certain extent as far as creating black masculinity, because men always feel that after a haircut, they're able to take on the world. I look good now. I'm straight. I got my hair cut. I can go talk to this girl right now, get her number. I can go sit someplace or go into a party and be looked at as a man that looks good because I got my hair cut. It's a different walk, a different stride that you have after you get a haircut. So from that perspective, yeah. But I think a haircut is more than just giving a man black masculinity. Like masculinity is more than just a haircut, I should say. It's about you knowing exactly who you are as a person, as an individual, as a man. It's based on what you've learned, the mistakes that you've made in the past, and a lot of what you have been taught, whether it's from a man or, let's be honest, there's most kids who don't have fathers from the streets. You know what I mean? So I think that, in a sense, is what created that black masculinity to a certain extent, is because of the fact of you learning from your mistakes of who you were as opposed to who you're going to become, alongside with the plus and bonus of getting a haircut in that perspective.
So Mr. Guys, tell me, what do you think is the measure of a man?
The measure of a man is, again, I think I have to piggyback off that last answer. This is definitely knowing who you are. The measure of a man is knowing who you are. Not being afraid to learn new things. Knowing when to humble yourself and take, whatever is being taught to you into consideration. Being open-minded, being observant and a listener. It's about knowledge, like making sure that you're teaching yourself as well as whoever else is teaching you, acquiring that knowledge in order to become a better person, for not only for yourself, for your family, for your community. I don't think that I would be the man that I am right now had it not been for my determination, my ambition, and most importantly, my mother. See, mothers can't necessarily teach a boy how to be a man. So I didn't get that aspect of becoming a man from my mother. But what I did get from my mother is acquiring the knowledge and acquiring the know-how and the skills that I need to get in life that'll help me become the man that I am. And I think that that's something that whether you're a young person or an older man, should know and should acquire to do. I think that that's what the measure of a man is. It's just basically you knowing who you are, being up front with yourself, real with yourself, and just making sure that everything that you do has a meaning behind it.
Mr. Giles, it's definitely been a pleasure. Can you please tell everybody where they can reach you at? How can they book an appointment? 'Cause I'm pretty sure people will want to get their haircuts now.
I'm terrible right now with Twitter because I'm such of a visual person now. I think having a conversation and dialect through Twitter was a good thing, and it still is, and I need to get back on it. But you can follow me on Twitter at Directors Cut Inc. You can follow me on Instagram at Directors Cut Inc. You can also book an appointment with me through my website, which is directorscutinc.com. And those are the places that you can reach me and see me. I also have a fan page on Facebook, Directors Cut Inc. So just type in the word Directors Cut Inc. You should be able to find me, definitely.
Once again, thank you so much. On behalf of the Homebound Leadership Institute and our Measure of a Man Barbershop series, we applaud all the work that you're doing. Keep it up. And thank you for taking the time out to see us.
No, honestly, thank you.